Hey friends, so today we are talking to the director of Merry Little Batman, Michael Roth. Michael, thank you very much for your time today. Really quick before we begin, I just want to say thank you for working on one of the shows I really loved, and that's the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. That's like been
Oh
one of my
wow.
favorite shows. I wish I could find it somewhere, but I just wanted to thank you before we get started.
Oh man. Thank you for being a fan. That was a very special project to work on. Very unique and one that was like once in a lifetime type of project for sure. So thank you for appreciating it.
Oh, thank you. And then speaking of uniqueness, the look of Merry Little Batman is just so different from anything that has been come out like with DC animation. So give me, I guess, what was the thought of making this look so unique and a lot of fun, I guess you could say, by the way it looks.
Yeah. So, there's so many different Batman iterations out there, and it's like if we're exploring a new space of Batman, what's our version of it? Like what makes it unique, what makes it different, what makes it special. But at the same time, like we don't want it to be different just for the sake of different. Like it has to be driven by something. Like there's a visual language there for a reason. And we need it. Obviously, we have Batman themes, but we also wanted this to be a Christmas movie with Christmas themes. All right. So that drove a lot of why we arrived at what we arrived at, with this project. Because we wanted something that felt a bit like a picture book, like very illustrative. That's why we have monochromatic color themes, something. But then it's also Batman, right? So we needed something that also it couldn't be too saccharine and too sappy. So we needed something that felt a little gritty to it. And very early on, we identified Ron Searle as a good source of inspiration because his sketches do both those things simultaneously. They're both funny, they have some humor and some heart to it, but they also are kind of gritty as well. And that kind of brought us this idea of having a sketchier kind of look to everything, so it feels a little visceral and primal, and not too polished.
Yeah, I just loved how it looked. I mean, like the colors and everything really popped out, and it made it a lot of fun to watch. But also, too, another thing that popped out was the music in this. And I mean, you have everything from like Sammy Davis Jr. I think
Yeah.
you have like Augie Rios, the Kinks, which was great. And then also, did you have any sound, like any input in the songs that were in this, or once you got it back and listened to it, you're like, oh, this is great. All these songs are on here.
Yeah, I mean, really early on, there was this idea of like, you know, what's our Christmas songs? Yeah, like if you hear, different Christmas songs make you think of different Christmas projects, like It's a Wonderful Life. There's specific songs in there. You hear it and you think of that film, and it's like, you know, what what types of Christmas songs can be our identity? So we looked at Christmas songs that are super awesome, like Little John, All I Really Want for Christmas. You know what I mean? But they, for whatever reason, don't get a lot of radio play, even though they're like amazing songs. And so that was kind of a driving force behind it too. And our one executive, Sam Register, he's he had like the gingerbread song. He was like, "Oh man, can we find a place for this?" Because he really loved that song. So and we did. So that's kind of what drove that. And then also, of course, we had Patrick Stump, which just brought amazing composition to everything.
Well, I have to wrap up, but I mean, for every those that haven't seen Very Little Batman, how would you describe it in 3 words for them to watch? Or just how would you describe the show in 3 words for them?
Um, Fun Christmas family viewing.
I think that's perfect. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I really quick, I just want to ask because when it comes down to it, as a father watching this, I mean, it felt like it was about fatherhood and family and legacy. So to ask you would be for your child, like what? Because Batman gave Damien the belt as part of his legacy. So what would you give your child as to continue your legacy?
Oh my gosh. My toy collection.
Yeah, that'd be. I think my kids would want the same thing. Um, Usually I'm at home and it's like the background, but since I'm at work today, this is the saccharine look as opposed to your pretty awesome. And I'm trying to like to see what's back there. Um, But thank you very much for your time today, Mike. Merry Little Batman is playing right now on Prime Video. Definitely watch it. I think this is something that I think we're going to be watching every holiday season because it's a lot of fun. And again, the music and everything just pops out, and it's really great. So thank you for your time today, Mike.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.